Alrighty guys, so we're back, shooting glasses are out, and Greg's out as well. We've got a few stories for you. It's been a while since Greg's been here. He's been away shooting.
I have been. See, I got a. I think we told you about me getting a third medal, but actually coming second. That was the Macquarie Games.
Well, yeah.
Remember, I was wearing it.
Yep.
And Gary said, "What do you got that on for?" So then that was a field. So I went and shot a little bit of field for practice, and then the double Illawarra. The double Illawarra had Craig Kilby, probably the best shooter from the ACT, and the old grey wolf himself. What's his name?
The words of wisdom.
From Armidale. No, not Brian Politis, his mate. I've got no memory now, it's terrible. I can't remember anything.
I forget his name too.
Dennis Carson.
Dennis Carson.
You couldn't forget that name. It's temporary. Dennis Carson, he's a master, but he also set up the field and he probably shoots it all the time as well, so he would be the one to beat, and I didn't. So I ended up coming third. I got a third place at Armidale, that's right. Not at Armidale, down at Illawarra they had two shoots, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and I stayed with Aaron in a motel in between, which was very exciting. And I got third both days.
Third both days?
Yeah,
that's all right.
down at Illawarra. Then I went to the state titles, stayed with Aaron again, lovely time. Beautiful steaks, man, we dined like kings.
Really?
Oh, in the evenings, absolutely. And he's a connoisseur of fine meats. He was a butcher. That's why he knows his meats. Didn't you know? He was a butcher, yeah, he knows his meats. The interesting thing is that he opened the Armidale Coles with Dennis Carson's son, Jeff.
You're kidding.
And that's what Jeff does up there now. He runs Woolworths, manager of Woolworths.
That's a bit of a small world.
But we're talking about 15, 20 years ago. They both were there to open up. He opened up the meat section and Jeff opened up the other part.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a lot of history there. Beautiful buildings. They've got some lovely photos of churches and things.
Really?
Oh, and the parks and the trees.
Wow.
Beautiful. And we went down to the university, and we went into had a drive around, and we went into the sports centre, and they've got all these pictures along the walls of people's heads, and they're right back to 1930s, you know, cricket teams, rugby teams, and sports person of the year for the last 40 years.
Really?
And I said, because Aaron is a black belt in Shotokan, we saw that this guy in a gi doing a kick, but he had a taekwondo thing on. And we went up and looked at it, and it's one of my students.
Oh, really?
I would have, and 1992 Sports Person of the Year.
Wow, and he was one of your students.
So I would have taught him as a kid, and then he's obviously gone up to New England, to uni, and he's gone to Taekwondo, and that's so bad Taekwondo that he's become the champion.
Best of the
Yeah, so...
Classic. Well, that's crazy stumbling across that picture anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. I recognised him straight away.
Yeah.
And then I got third at the state titles. After 2 days, I shot a PB and equalled the PB the next day. I could have done better. Field is a bit tricky. It's your confidence. But then after that, I came back, right? So third in field in the state. So now we've got the state titles this weekend, but I've discovered something. I've got this. Usually I use this release here, the thumb release, right? But I thought I'd get this one out and practice. And what happened was I bought this when I first started shooting, punched myself in the face twice, and never used it again. This is a Sweet Spot Ultra 4. They're all the same as Sweet Spots, and it's got a safety on it. So you hit the safety, so you can't punch yourself in the face. So you pull back, and when you're settled in, you just click the safety off. And then I don't really pull back this way. I just turn my hand back. And I used it as to practice 3 weeks ago at Erina at a club shoot, and I shot 103 rating. This Saturday I used it again for practice. I broke the club record. I shot 894 out of 900 on a Drake.
Darwin.
A Darwin. That's right. The Drake's 30 at a Darwin. So man, I've got to decide whether I'm going to start using this all the time now. But I haven't used it at a long distance, so we want to have a look. I know I can murder it close. Yeah. But what it feels like when I use this back tension release is that I'm not responsible for the shot. I'm not responsible for the shot. Because this goes off whatever it likes. I'm only responsible for holding that dot on there as steady as I can. And I'm not kidding. To me, it's like it's pretty much going around like this, but every time it releases, it goes into the X.
Because you get a good release.
I think
every
it's
time.
forgiving, more forgiving, because you got a good release.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use it today or the next 3 or 4 days, because I've only got till Saturday to go down to the state titles and do a 1440. So I'm going to sort of see, maybe I should use this.
Yeah.
What I have found out though is you can't use them in the wind. They're totally useless. Then you might as well throw it away if it's windy. It's not going to work. Well, you can't, because you don't know when it's going off and the bow's going in and out and in and out. You know what I mean? You can't do it. You've got to use the thumb release. And I wouldn't want to have to punch this to get it to go out. That'd be disaster.
That would make the release real bad.
Yeah. So I guess you've got to have a thumb release backup if you were using these. And I think that's why I don't want to mention any names because I don't want to get in trouble. But there's a certain really good shooter that I have beaten a couple of times, and I reckon it was because it was in the wind and he was using a back tension.
So you had a bit of an advantage with the thumb, you think?
Yeah, and there's another little fella that I love to defeat all the time. And I'm sure that's what the last time we shot it was pretty windy. And so you've got to have both anyway. But we're going to try it today. We're going to I'll shoot both at 70 and see. Yep. That'll be exciting. And we'll see how many of my arrows we've got to dig out of the tree. I'm running out of points. Aaron is, certain clubs targets now, if your point goes in, you can't get it out because you can't disassemble the target anymore.
Oh, really?
To get your point out. So it's sayonara.
There forever.
Yeah.
Part of the club now.
All right, so we're going to do 70 now.
Yep.
And I just had a lot of issues with my Hyot strings. I don't think they're very good. All the serving came apart of the serving under the cam at both ends, just unravelled completely.
Both ends?
Yeah, both ends were gone. They were totally unravelled.
The top was bad. But
no, both of them. By the time I finished those field shoots in the state titles, it was gone. So I've come back and I've had it reserved by Gary, but then we had problems. We had to take the centre serving off because it was keeping it twisted. Then the peep was out and blah, blah, blah. So I just got it fixed. I haven't shot it since we fixed it. So I've got new settings to 30, so we'll see if my 70's on. So there's a lot happening, but we've got to get it together by Saturday.
Yep.
So I'm expecting you to make this facility available for training. Are you looking at me while I'm telling you?
I am looking.
Good. Are you going to tell them about your little adventure on Saturday?
And what?
Oh, we'll be making a new video on excuses for archery because Jimi is just perfecting them.
I'm getting good at them.
So we're going to make a video on excuses. Like you'll be much better. I'm actually much better than I am. We could call the thing, and all the reasons why it doesn't appear that way. All right.
That would be a good one. Okay, so we're going to do a warm-up round now. You're going to have to move back a little bit. This is as close as I can get this way.
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, okay. So that's the line, though.
That's the line, though. Yep.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine here.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's we'll get the target camera going after this practice end. So I forgot to hit the record button, and then we'll get into it. Your bow does sound nice with that spring stop. Your bow sounds nice with that spring stop.
Now, yours is on the 9 line. It's 7 o'clock. Is mine next to yours?
Can you see yours?
Yeah, can I just say that these knocks you put on these VAPs are Invisinocks. You can't see
the wrong colour. They sent me the wrong colour.
Huh? They're completely invisible. The Americans should use them in a raft.
Yours isn't on the target.
Huh?
Your arrow isn't on the target.
Well, here, I'm going to shoot now.
Don't, oh, you know, it is right next to mine. It is right next to mine. Yep, low 10.
Low 10.
Low 10.
Yeah, I thought it was. It was just to the left of yours. So I'm in the ballpark.
You're in there. They are shocking knock colour, aren't they?
What's that?
They are a shocking knock
They're
colour.
invisible. They're invisible on yellow,
Yeah.
so you'll never
I said,
see them.
send me a fluoro coloured knock. That's what I sent you.
Seem to be piling them up low and left, don't we? Keep starting.
Oh, I've got some strings settling in.
You shot your plover? Yeah. Let's go and have a look, shall we?
Survey the damage. I knock-tuned my arrows too the other day. I didn't do it on camera. I have. I didn't make a video on it. I should have made a video on it, but I didn't. I thought it would be a quick one, but I got the paper tuner out and I shot all my arrows through it and seen which ones got the bullet hole and which ones didn't, and I just knock-tuned it till they all bullet hole. Didn't like adjust the rest or didn't adjust the bow in any way.
Yeah.
Just kept turning the knocks until every arrow was bullet hole.
That's exciting.
Yeah. What's that?
Absolutely.
We did it then.
That's your goal, though.
I'm just hanging a bit low. I'm just aiming a bit low for some reason. It's all hanging down
They
low.
are yours, the orange ones.
They are. So there's the sprayable. Oh, hanging down low. This was the one good shot hit, so I know I'm on.
But is it a good shot?
Well, it was.
You sure? Or you
It
just,
was the one that...
is it good because it's in the gold, or is
no,
it good
it's the
because
only one I let go that was in the centre.
Well, why are you doing that?
What's it?
Are you using
I'm
a
using
hinge
back.
or
Oh,
leg?
yeah.
Oh, see.
Yeah, I've no responsibility on where it goes off.
It's weird, isn't it? Because that's what I've been saying. Why, to Aaron and you, why would you use a back tension release? It is madness. But I started using it and I can't miss with it for some reason. It's just, well, I've been close though. It's at 50 and 40 and 30.
The traps definitely got through it there, right? Right, let's pull and get into it.
Got some nasty low ones there. Well, that's all. They've got sort of two groups. They've got a low 9 group and a 10 group. So, I don't know, you might have to pull yours out. The fatties, don't you? You hate weasels, that's why. We don't want those weasels.
Alright, we're back. Let's start shooting. I think I've got the camera on the target now, so we should be good to go. All sights are in.
I'm going to shoot a 6. Well, you can't see. Don't you shoot a 6 at 6 o'clock?
You did.
What's going on? All yours are down there too.
That's a bit strange, isn't it?
It was standing in the same spot. Yeah, no, check that. That's very odd.
It is odd.
And I clicked down.
So did I. Oh, that one went high. What's happening?
Where'd that one go? Am I in the goal?
No, you're grouping down in that red 8.
I clicked down. That's
Happening.
right. Where'd that one go?
Just below the 10, 6 o'clock.
Just below the 10.
Yeah.
How could all those others have been in the 10? Ooh.
Ten line, 6 o'clock.
So still low.
Just a fraction.
That's weird. Where'd that go?
9 liner, 6 o'clock.
Because that was the perfect shot. don't know how all those others were on that first end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking fly keeps landing on my face as I'm at full draw. Ten o'clock 9.
Too high.
Or just, yeah, no, 10 o'clock, so you're like in line with the top of the 10, but just out. Don't know what happened then. The group's about this wide.
It's very odd. Farewell.
Oh, well, they're out of here now.
Oh, they're gone.
I have to tighten that group up. I feel like my draw length's lengthened or something.
It's very odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me, are we going to get a more complete story of this little altercation on Saturday?
Oh, you want to hear the story, do you? Oh, okay.
I couldn't get it over the phone.
Yeah, couldn't. Okay. Well, pull the arrows and I'll tell you on the way back then. Be a little jiu-jitsu episode on the weekend.
I hope all those are yours. All over the place.
They are, mine all over the place. The thing is, yours are just all over the place too. Look at that for a group. What a 70-metre group.
Look, I just started here. How could I start here and then just keep winding it up?
Well, I don't know either, because I was way down here too. Look, here's my first 2 shots.
But I had 3 in here. Remember that, and 3 there. 3 in there and 3 in there. Go back.
And you're down here.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I don't understand that at all. $3.45. You've got to get at 70.
3:45.
Yeah. Have you had any liaison with the guys from South Australia?
I've talked to him. The simulator's got a new bow.
He got his son's bow.
No, he's just bought a new bow.
Has he?
Yeah, and a Martin Vegas shoot through.
Really?
Yeah, so it's it'll be soon. We're going to do a review on it very soon.
I've his bow of being inaccurate, inherently inaccurate.
You think so?
Well, he shoots 310s and 3/8 consistently. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's something wrong.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Vegas shoots. Shoot through system.
Right. So this guy told you.
Oh yes. Okay. Here's the story.
Today early.
Okay. So I'm at jiu-jitsu. The class runs a little bit late, but there's half an hour gap in between my class and the next class.
Sure. Half an hour.
Half an hour, plenty of time. But because we got less classes than the other thing, I'm allowed to go a little bit later. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can go, if I want, I can go up and use up that extra half an hour. So today I've gone about 15 minutes late, 15 minutes over,
right, so it's
and
quarter
2. And this douchebag sends all the karate guys onto the mats while I'm still rolling and teaching.
That's a bit rude.
That's what I thought too, but I thought, okay, I'll let that happen because they were kind of off in the corner, you know what I mean?
It was very good of you.
They
humble.
and I could tell the karate guys didn't really want to do it.
Oh, really?
They were just like, they'll just get on the mats. So they went and just was sitting in the corner. So like it was a big giant mats and there's about 5 of them all just doing their warm-ups over in the corner, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we've kept rolling, and it's got the time to finish the class. So I said, all right, karate guys, can you just stand off to the side while we finish the class? Also, just do your bow and shake hands and da-da-da. So Big Fatso starts screaming from the outside the mats, not even on the mats, he's not even warming up. You're not allowed to tell them what to do, you can't do this, blah, 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 blah. I've talked to the boss, blah, blah, blah. I said, hang on, mate. I've talked to the boss too. This isn't right. You can't tell me what to do. Don't you start disrespecting me on my mats. Blah, blah, blah. He starts blowing up a bit more. So I said, listen, mate, I've talked to Gary. I'm going to talk to him again. If you want to sort this out now, we can finish it on the mats.
Oh, so you initiated the
So I
challenge.
initiated the challenge. So he's thrown all his stuff down, staunched onto the mats, and started coming at me like this. Let's go, then, let's go. And I'm just standing like you. I'm like, okay, buddy. Well, this is, I was expecting him to go, let's sort it out later. I wasn't expecting it to be like, attack straight away in front of all the students and everything. So I'm like, well,
very unprofessional.
That's what I thought. So I thought I can't come in and because I was just going to go bang, bang, bang and drop a quick little combo on him and just wipe him out. Just that's it.
Oh, no,
so I thought I can't
mind the store.
So I thought I can't do that. I'll have to do jiu-jitsu and just clean him up nicely.
Yeah, that'll be the best way.
And I could tell his elbows are up like this. This is how he's fighting.
Oh dear.
And anybody that has their elbows up like that cannot throw a punch to save their life. So I was not worried in the slightest. So he's like this, dancing around, going, let's go, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go, we got to do something. So he's like this, so I've gone, well, I can't punch him because that'll look bad because there'll be blood everywhere. I thought I can tackle him and then I'll end up in a scuffle and then I'll end up punching him and that'll look bad. So I thought I'd just go for a hip toss. And if I hip toss him, I'll be able to, because he's so big and fat, he'll land on himself and wind himself out.
Like an elephant spin.
That's it, and it won't look too bad. So he's there trying to fight me like this, so I've jumped in, whacked him in the side of the neck.
So he's standing here like this?
Like this, shaking his hands. I'm doing the thing, yeah. And so I've just gone whack.
And you've taken him here.
And cracked him here like this. Yeah. And then I've come in to go for the hip throw like this, and he's just jumped away and ran away. So he's just ran away.
Oh, did he?
And didn't. So in that split second, instead of initiating the fight, he just ran away. So instead of coming in for a punch or I'm sorry, I'm going to hit you, I've just grabbed him and he's just, I'm gone, I'm out of here. And then...
Maybe he didn't think you were going to...
I don't think he did. He was bluffing me, but I wasn't bluffing. He was a bluff.
Yes, that's right.
This was a bluff.
That's
I'm going to fight you, rah, rah. Yeah. But I wasn't bluffing. I was going to do something no matter what. I was just trying to do something a little bit more tactful than fighting. So I thought if I
called his bluff and he backed off.
He backed off. Then once I hit him and got my hands on him, everybody else knew it was serious then. And I don't think any of the karate guys ever seen a fight or anything like that before. And they freaked. No, stop fighting! Ah! Everybody started screaming. All the guys jumped in. I go, I haven't even done anything. I just went for a hip toss. I'm not even angry.
And what did he do?
So then he stormed off around the corner, and I said, all right, well, I'm going then. And packed up my stuff and went home. So that was a little thing, me cracking and slapping the dude in the side of the head.
Well, he's certainly been humiliated.
You think so? Well, and the funny thing was, he's doing these ones. Let's go, like this. And I just walked up to him casual as, just thought, I'm not going to steep into your little boxing stance, you know what I mean? I knew he was not going to do anything, get it? So I just walked up like this and just went, whack, and just grabbed. And just as I went to the throw, he ran, but he was retreating before I started, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's retreating already.
You would have got him.
That's right, yeah. So he was gone before I even started. So he was never coming into the fight. He was always running away.
If you had him around the neck and he committed to try and stop you, you would have been hip thrown.
Well, that's right. Or or if you come in for a punch.
You would have got
Because
it, that's
he's
right.
like he's, you know, you're
That's right,
shaped
he was
up.
coming in.
You got heaps of room to
Yeah.
punch me. So that was I was kind of
Yeah.
waiting for it
I thought it was a bit funny that he escaped your grasp, but he must have been retreating.
the whole time.
Yeah.
So because he was on the run, he slipped out the back.
The moral of the story is
Respect
don't
me on
bluff
me
someone
mats.
that's gonna eat. Never bluff someone that you think. You
That's
gotta
right.
Really make sure.
That's it. If you're going to do something, you make sure you're going to do it. So otherwise you'll get in a nutcase that'll do it first. So that was me little out rower on the
And then
weekend.
you've got to ring up Gary immediately and get.
I did, then I
get
rang
the
up.
first story in.
Yeah,
That's essential.
I did. Yeah, filled him in on what happened, but it was lucky he was watching it all on the cameras, so he's seen it all happen anyway.
What cameras?
He's got surveillance cameras in there, and he can watch them on his
From
phone.
where?
On the mats, like
No. Where is he?
at home, sitting
home?
sitting on his couch. Goes, oh, I better just check the mats, see how they're going, because he decides to have the day off, the only day off he's ever had. And this blows up. So he was watching it all on the mats anyway, going, I can't believe that just happened.
I can't see where that is.
Hold on, let me see.
9 o'clock 8. I think mine, can you see mine? It must be in the gold.
Yep, yours is just outside the 10 at 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, so I've got the right height.
Yep, right spot on. I'm flicking them out everywhere today.
Huh?
I'm flicking them everywhere today.
What's the back tension?
Too much tension in the front end, I think.
Huh?
I'm just flicking them up, you know, front hand. Well, you've definitely got a nice group there.
Say it again.
You've got a nice group there.
Yeah, they're all in good shots. Are they in the 10?
No, they're all in that 9 o'clock 9. Are we just shooting 6 and scoring them, or just?
I don't know, I'm just shooting. What do you want to do?
No, I'm just shooting as well.
Well, when
There's no point
not
scoring when you-
and then it's only extra walking, isn't it?
Yes.
You're not in any danger of knocking your knocks out, are you?
No, not at all. Close to knocking yours though. I don't know why I'm so spraying. I think I'm just trying to hold it in the centre too hard. You know, when you get real far back and because it's moving so much, you try too hard to hold it in the centre. Instead of just letting it float in the centre. So those last couple are better. At least we're keeping them in the red. God, we're shooting good.
Say that again.
At least we're keeping them in the red. We're shooting good.
I don't have any in the red. Oh, I got one in the red, look.
You got two in the red.
Oh, I got two in the red. Well, don't show that on the camera though.
This is a nice group here though. And I've got that gold surrounded.
Well, I clicked across, but then I couldn't keep it together apparently. One more end.
Yeah.
Now that I'm pretty sure I've got the height right.
And then what?
I didn't click across.
Right, hang on.